So what is considered a first-time home buyer? It's not actually if you've never owned a home before and you're buying a home for the first time. It actually has to do with if you've owned and lived in your home for the last 3 years. If you haven't, you may actually be considered a first-time home buyer. There's also a few other qualifications that may help you reach this status. One would be, if you owned a home, sold it 3 years ago, and now you qualify for first-time homebuyer status if you can show that you sold your home actually 3 years ago. That would be 36 months in mortgage lending world. Also, if you owned a home that was not permanently affixed to the foundation, such as a mobile home, maybe leased in a park, or just basically not permanently affixed to the foundation. However, you're going to have to prove that, so you're going to want documentation to show that the home that you owned is not permanently affixed to a foundation. Another way to qualify for this status would be that if you owned a home and moved out and rented for the last 3 years, again, you're going to have to prove this. So this would be a situation such as, I once had a client that lived in another state, and they moved to Washington State, where we live, and kept their home in another state and rented it out to somebody else. During that 3-year period, yes, they owned a home, but they did not live in it. And where they lived during that 3-year period was a rental home. So we were able to give them first-time homebuyer status and help them qualify for first-time homebuyer loan. Another way to qualify for this status would be if you're a single parent and you have only owned a home with an ex-spouse. So you would be able to, now that you're going out on your own, qualify for first-time homebuyer status. So hopefully this helps shed some light on it. If you have any questions on this, please let me know.